And today we're going to be carving. We're starting out by chainsaw carving this Bigfoot flat piece. It's going to be like a wall piece, or you can hang it up. It's going to have a base here for the feet, you know. So we're going to cut out this gap. But that said, he's holding a beer, and you can't blame him. I want to hold a beer, but I got to work. So anyhow, it is what it is. We're going to use chainsaws to carve this dude out. And also for this video is being sponsored by Teslong. Teslong made this leaf blower. It's a really cool leaf blower. It's got 2 speeds. It's got a boost button. This is adjustable. It telescopes. You twist it like that. You can make it shorter or longer. And then it's got 2 settings. It's got this volume setting for more air output, or if you want it to be more speed, you slide it back like that. And I don't know how it works, but it works. Anyway, it's pretty cool. And I appreciate him sending it to me. It's pretty cool. It's got 4 amp hour, 20 volt battery, and a nice tool. Okay, anyway, we'll probably use it at some point in time during the video. But that's it. Let's get started with some chainsaw carving on this big Bigfoot. See if we can get this guy down. What's going on? The Electric Whittler. There can only be one. Plywood. What's up, Uncle Ray? Heck yeah, glad to see you guys in there. All right, so I'm going to get started with this dude. And by the way, we did get our second 2511 V-Modest, and brand new. Hasn't cut nothing. I took the bar off of my little John cutter and put it on there, so the bar's been used. The chain's brand new, saw's brand new, hasn't even been used yet. So it's got tuned this one up a little bit, kind of broke it in. They got a break-in period, you know. And this other one though as well. This one I've had a month or so now. It's well broke in. But anyway, and I love this little saw. I can't imagine not having it. Anyway, let's do it. Come with him. I just had a thought too. Maybe I should leave his head all pointy like that so the kids at school will make fun of him. I don't know. lady said, why's Bigfoot got to have breasts? You know, and the only thing I could think of to tell her why Bigfoot would have to have them is what middle-aged guy doesn't. Okay, how about that? All right. took the screw out. Good thing it didn't tear that chain up that bad. Hey, look at that. Dan gave us $5. Heck yeah, Dan. Appreciate that. That's really cool, buddy. Heck yeah, I'm going to need that. I just, hit that metal with that chain. I might have ruined it. Hey, Jerry. Nope. Southeast Ohio, Hocking Hills region. Heck yeah. All right. Anyway, we'll keep on going. I'm going to take that screw and move it over a little bit. This is not break. It might break coming out. Yeah, it's miscalculated the location of the screw. Not hard to do. Alright, get my stuff out, keep going. chain up. I don't know if you guys could tell, but that really slowed down the process once I hit that. And it just is what it is. What's up, Angel? Glad to have you. What we got? Delphin Shredder? Hey, Delphin Shredder. What the heck? Heck yeah. Hey, Matthew. What's up, buddy? Glad to have you. Heck yeah. We got plywood in there. All right, anyway, I'm going to grab the new saw, and we'll just keep right on going. It's got fuel in it. We might do change swaps on this thing, too, or something. Depends on how this one runs. Remember, it's brand new, so, you know, things go all right with brand new stuff.
I got sweat in my eye. Can you believe I was working hard enough to get sweat in my eye? You know, I was just thinking, a guy with that disposition in his face, it just don't look right. He has a Miller Lite in his hand. He should be smiling. All right. Hey guys, be sure to check out this Teslong link plug, quick whole piece, turn on 2 stages. Where to go? Pour stuff all over the place with this thing. All right. All right, anyway, let's get going. There's a what? I think he's ready for hair. Not too bad anyway. Let's give him some. Heck yeah. Hey, man. What do we got here? We got Shop's Wood Shop. Heck yeah. Hi, Storma. How's it going? 1, 2, 3. Angel Water. Heck yeah. Awesome, awesome. Hey, Radar. Hello, hello. All right, let's start putting some hair on this guy. Hey, Aussie man. What do you know? Dad. I appreciate that. Heck yeah. It must have come from Dad. Because I know Dad's seen the real thing. He won't tell us, but I know he has. Okay, all right. That's good. All right. Fan off for a minute. I take this mask off for a minute and breathe a little bit. I'll tell you what. So the earplugs is a whole nother weird thing because you put them in. Hey, Tim List, what's going on? Heck yeah, we got Uncle Ray and the William Shop, the Shelf's Wood Shop. Heck yeah. Anyway, earplugs is like its own weird place for you to be in. If that makes any sense. Beyond the headphones, and so I don't mind earplugs. Earplugs is a nice change, but they're just different. And I'm gonna go to the headphones next. One of the reasons is I'm an absolute spaz, ADHD, control freak, panic, or whatever, probably crazy narcissist, and I just don't realize it. So I don't have the patience to put the earplugs back in, so I'll go to the headphones. But besides that, there's something about it. I don't know. Today they didn't seem like they were working as good. I just know everything is louder than it seemed like it should be. And it could be me. It could be you. That could be you. That's the thing. That's what crazy people do. They blame everybody else around them. I'm not crazy. You guys are. Anyhow, and I can't believe you guys are like that either. Crazy. Anyway, I spilled oil all over. There's the kitchen on fire. Wouldn't be the first time, right? But I mean, I got it all over. And like, if they're beginning of a live or before the live, I'm fueling everything up, getting ready to go, and I do that, I'll take it over and I put it on the sawdust wheelbarrow, or the wood chip wheelbarrow. I got 2 different wheelbarrows I work out of. I don't work out of them, I live in them, no. Using, just pick my chunks up and stuff like that. And anyway, let's see what's here. Like a Martian man. I needed the fan. Heck yeah. food is ready for some fire. Okay. Let's do it. Turn that off.
Take this mask off. We'll give him some color. Maybe we should do the eyes before we do the color. What do you guys think? Here, get up close to him. I mean, that's a cool piece. He's just funny looking. You stop, step back for a second, take a look. Oh my God, is that great? Hey, Cheryl Davies, how you doing? Glad to see you. We got Aussie Man, we got Radar. Heck yeah, glad to see you guys in there. Uncle Ray, he's in there. All right, let's get it done. So, let's do the eyes, the round part of the eyes first. I'll probably do some bit work. I don't know. Let's see. Is this gonna be too big or too small? To me, that looks about right. If I just did one eye and then maybe did a little bit work to shape it a little bit, but do it more burn in. Let's do that. We'll go with it. I mean, I could give him great big cartoony eyes, but I want him to look mad. You know what I mean? I can't understand how he could be mad if he's got a beard unless it's empty. But I want him to look mad. You know, I mean, that's what we're kind of going for. Just give him some eyes. Maybe we'll burr out his nose holes real quick, and then we'll burn him, give him some color. Let me look at that. No, I don't want to make the only Bigfoot in the neighborhood with a signature, you know what I mean? Let's see. It's not bad. Heck yeah, it makes me look angry. But I went in a little too much. Man, look at that. It give me pupils the way that burnt. Oh, I love it. Heck yeah. All right, let's give him some nose holes. We might even be able to do a little additional. I mean, I ain't trying to get too carried away. It's supposed to be funny. You know what I mean? And the bottle, like we'll have to paint the bottle and color, you know, and all that stuff. We'll do all that. Yeah, he looks good. I like him. If you haven't hit the like already, be sure to hit it. Man, this guy does not look happy at all. I'd say he's mad at the campers because the campers drank all the beer. What do you guys think? Maybe that's what it is. All he could find was empty beer bottles, and he got upset about it. Heck yeah, that's good enough. Yeah, all right. Heck yeah. We're burning. Let's step back here for a second, and I'll show you guys a leaf blower. Just gotta need to plug in leaf blower. It's cool. This Teslong leaf blower, it's really cool. 2 speeds. Got a turbo button, you can make it go faster. It adjusts from here to about 6 inches, it collapses. It does this deal, pretty neat. And if you want volume, more volume, you have it out like that. If you want more speed, you have it out like that. It's pretty neat leaf blower. I mean, it does a pretty good job, I think. What do you think, Mr. Bigfoot? Yeah, anyway, whatever. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and burn this dude. And when I get him burnt, then I'm gonna use a finger sander to come back through here and get the, we'll sand him first, and then we'll come back and use the finger sander to try to bring out the thumbnails and then, or the nails, and then clean up the pop bottle or the beer bottle. A little bit at a time. And then I don't know how much time we'll just have to see how things are going, but I got a ton of stuff drawn out to do, more than we could possibly do today, being that I took on this particular piece, which would take a while in itself. I'm looking for the striker. I found it. Oh man, I'll tell you what, I need a drink of mine. I got coffee out here, but it's cold. And I needed it. How long has this took? An hour? Yeah, that's every bit of it, I would have thought. Hey, what's going on, Hazard? Heck yeah, glad to see you. Man, he's hot, ain't he? Ain't he, ladies? You know he's hot. Just a minute. Okay. Hey, he's on fire. How about that? All right. Heck yeah. All right, it's time to sand this dude. He's going to look good sanded. We might have to put some more burn to him, though. So let's see how it goes. Let's start with the head, because the head kind of brings the rest of it out. But heck yeah. Hey, Susie Q, glad to see you. Hypernova Steve, what do you know? Yeah, I've got Al. Hey, Cameron, what's going on, buddy? Hey, I got to pop in and hit the like, but I did not have time to watch Vice the other day. I'm a busy guy. Sorry. But anyway, glad to know you. How about that, my man? I'll tell you the truth, too. You know, you can count on that. Yeah, let's see. I am busy. It's crazy. So Saturday we had a wedding shower for my youngest getting married the 22nd of August, and so we were busy with that. All right, I got done with that about, I don't know, 7, something like that. I don't know. All right.
that looks pretty good for the sand, for that. As good as I'm going to get with the flat sander. So I'm going to go to the finger sander next. See if we can do that, maybe. Which I'm sure we can do a lot. We can do fingernails and stuff like that. And then I'll have to paint the beer bottle, but other than that, it'll look pretty good. I'll put it around the that area. Lift you up and down so much. Alright, so let's blow that baby off with this Teslong leaf blower. Clean it up real good. And we'll set him to the side. We'll make something else. What do you guys think? Does he look pretty decent? Not too bad, not too good. We've managed to make it to 100 likes. Heck yeah. All right, let's give him a nice blow in here real quick. If I get some of this off. Really, this ain't meant for this. But... it's working. How about that? I can't wait to take the eyes and the bottom. That's going to be a cool piece, isn't it? Heck yeah. Alright, so let's unscrew him. And I'm calling it a Bigfoot Gnome. If that makes any sense. I'm sure it doesn't. Well, I mean, you can't get everything right, you know? That's just the way it is. I can't make sense all the time. You know? Just most of the time. And if there's a woman around, never any, I don't make any sense ever, right? You know? Just don't tell them. You know I'm just kidding, ladies. Haha, not really. Okay, here. Hey, he's in the woods now. He's escaped. All right, let's do this. Get back up here. I got a couple different pieces. Man, I really like to do this one. I really like to do this one. I've just got so many of them I really like to do. Besides that one, that man, like this one. I'm really chomping at the bit to do this one because it's super duper cute. I want to do this one. Now, I wonder if I ought to change my whole rig for that. I don't know. We could start like this, I guess. And you guys see that all right? I just think I'd be kind of low, you know, if that makes any sense. I could also add to my chainsaw jacking devices. So this here, I know what you're thinking. That just looks like a common bucket. But oh no. This is a high-tech, highly advanced chainsaw carving jacking device. And you can also put water in it and carry it around if you want to. Or cement, gasoline, or whatever, you know. All right, get 2 more chainsaw carving jacking devices. See if that's enough height and maybe be half comfortable. I don't know. If not, I'll just rig it totally different. This still seems short, doesn't it? Doesn't seem still kind of, kinda. I could jack it up with a few pieces there. This is just so cute. I want to do it. And I drew it out. I've seen where other people had made like wolves like this, you know, cute little wolves. And I thought, man, I got to try making something like that. And then when I drew it, I was so happy with the drawing. I'm like, man, I got to try it. Hey, Dan, what do you know? Dan's wood turning. Hey, Uncle Benny's in there. Heck yeah, glad to see you. We got Hazard from up in Michigan. An Ohio State fan. Glad to have you in there. Heck yeah. All right, let's see. So where's my screws going to end up at this time? I don't want to have a dull chain again. It looks like that one to come over to my original hole. It'll probably be okay. Yeah, looks like it. Okay. Might be a little low, but it might be a little high. At least I'm not wearing as much dust if I do it that way. I think I better come over here closer to that one with this one. Which I can do. That's nice, yeah. Okay, let's try that. Okay, let's cut that out. Can you guys see the image? What this is supposed to be? Yeah, I think you can. I can see it. And generally speaking, if I can see it, you guys can see it a lot better than I can. Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah, it's a, hey, Miss Francis, what's up? Heck yeah. I don't know. I'm not original. I seen like this here. This is inspired by stuff I've seen other people do. But, you know, really, I've heard these big YouTubers talk about, hate to see somebody copy somebody else's work. Let me ask you a question. Was Geordie Johnson the first person to carve a wood spirit? I mean, come on. Really? You see what I'm saying? How could anybody say, oh, you're making something that looks like somebody else, you're copying somebody else? there is no originality left. If there is originality left, it's very few and far between. Everything is inspired by something you've seen. You know what I mean? And that's the truth. That's the way it is. Anybody wants to act any different is a lying snob. Okay. All right. About to run out of fuel. That's good. I can take this mask off and headphones off and the headphone off this thing.
Hope you guys are doing pretty good. How's that looking so far? I think it's looking pretty good. Yeah, hit the like if you haven't already. Here, we'll blow the dust off of it with this very cool Teslong leaf blower. Kind of neat thing, 20 volt electric rechargeable battery gizmo. Yeah, anyway, it works. I always go to high and then hit the boost. I mean, that's just how men are. You know, you want everything full power, you know? I mean, you get in the truck, you push the pedal down, right? I mean, you don't push the pedal down, you don't go nowhere. Oh, you're kidding me. I got bugs in my coffee. Well, if I can drink around them. I won't be able to drink around them next time, so I might as well just donate it to the weeds. You know what I mean? Just like urination later on. Heck yeah. All right, let's get with it. Hey, Emily, how's it going? Glad to have you in there. I'm doing great. Wonderful. It's fantastic. Yeah, and all that good stuff. Heck yeah, I appreciate it, Dan. All right, we're going to keep right on and going. And if y'all have not hit the like yet, be sure and hit it. I'll put some fuel in this baby, and we will keep cutting this baby down. But yeah, anyway, I don't know how you make anything original nowadays. Now, I will say, I have not seen anybody else make. I definitely didn't beforehand, nor have I seen anybody make any yet. The Highland cows in a bathtub. So the Highland cow in a bathtub idea came from Stevie Songer. He was putting them on YouTube for a while. He made bears in a barrel, used foam and made it look like they were in a barrel taking a bath, right? Well, then another famous chainsaw carver copied it, and he got mad and removed all his content. I mean, whatever, I get it, you know. But there is no originality. I mean, yeah, there is something here and there. I can say I have not seen anyone else make a Highland cow in a bathtub yet. But I got that idea off of the bear in the bathtub, you know. Which, you know, there were several people making that long before I made it, you know, that were copying what Stevie Songer did. And actually, the guy that copied that carving was more well known than him. Yeah, so it ain't a big deal. I mean, it's all this stuff. You know, you talk about originality. Just make something. If you see something cool, you'd like to make it, and don't let anybody tell. Oh, you know, that's a so-and-so's idea. Well, you think he was the first one to come up with that? You know, I mean, maybe a variation, you know, or whatever. But if he didn't figure it out, somebody else would have figured it out, and then they would have been doing it too. So don't listen to that crap. I'm not. I'm gonna put some daggone hearing protection on. I ain't gonna be listening to nothing. Yeah, get my headphones on. Yeah, make it or make out with it. Okay.
Here's a random thought of the day. How would we know that it hurts if you stick your finger in a light socket if you didn't stick your finger in a light socket? Just a thought. Maybe that's why kids nowadays, especially the 20-somethings and 30-somethings, maybe that's why so many of them are sissies. Their parents protected them too much, you know what I mean? They never stuck their tongue in a light socket to see what that felt like, get that big jolt, you know what I mean? They just don't know. They don't know the pain and the joy that comes from licking a light socket. I guess I don't know. You think about it. How are you going to have good stories to tell your kids, you know, as they're growing up? How are you going to have good stories to tell your kids if your brother never fed you a worm? You know, how would you tell them about, I remember the time Uncle Mike fed me a worm, told me it was good for me, that my belly would feel great. You know, next thing you know, you're puking it in the hospital. Had to run for 7 days. How are the kids going to know? You know what I mean? How are they going to know how good a life you had? You know what I mean? If you don't lick a light socket. I'm just saying. Just saying. And here's another thing, you know, growing up, you know, parents was like, oh, you got to eat your vegetables. You got to eat your vegetables. We didn't eat our vegetables. You know what I mean? We got by, we were just fine. Now the kids, they eat food. Oh, they like vegetables. You know, I mean, it's part of being manscaping and all that crap. So they eat the vegetables, and look, they're sick all the time. I don't know what the heck happened to them. Here we wouldn't eat the vegetables, and we're fine. At least I'm fine. just something I remembered. I remember growing up, you know, just certain foods, you know, your mom would feed you, you knew you didn't want to eat, but you had to be careful what you said because Dad was right there in the corner watching. I'll give you an example. Stuffed peppers. The stuffed peppers are horrible. Hey, Bill Clancy, glad to see you on there. Glad you're feeling better, buddy. Hope you get a, I'm not expecting you to run a marathon, buddy, but I sure hope you get feeling better soon, my man. Hey, what's going on, Josh? Nene Pop's Wood Shop? Heck yeah. Anyway, back to the story. So, you know, you were a kid, you know, and then your mother would make them stuffed peppers, you know, and she'd look and say, what do you think of the stuffed peppers, honey? I worked all day to prepare these stuffed peppers. I thought you'd love them. I thought they're just going to be so good. You know, and you'd look at you, you'd look over at Dad. Dad would have this stern face. You know, it's like Bigfoot head. He's like that. You know what I mean? Y'all know, you know, because he's looking at you stern. Don't you dare say it, boy. Don't you say if you knew what cat's poop tastes like. That would be it. Because you know Dad was thinking it too. But he wouldn't dare hurt her feelings. And he'd kill you if you did it. You know what I mean? If you hurt her feelings. So you had to be, I think they were good, Mom. Not too bad, not too. But inside you wanted to choke you wanted to hang yourself. You wanted to throw it. You were feeding it to the dog as soon as they walked away. Because it was stuffed peppers. Who wants to eat stuffed peppers? No, give me some fruit roll-ups. You know what I mean? I want a cupcake. I'm just saying. And we were fine. You know, we were fine. The other kids, you know, give them 25 years. Oh, it's like a privilege. It's a privilege to eat an apple. Oh, eat apple. You got old Michelle Obama. She's out there just telling everybody, oh, yeah, you got to have such and such amount of fruit and whatever, you know, whatever. Horse mouth crazy lady said. Anyway, and look at the kids now. They're sick all the time. You know, I mean, the 20-somethings, the 30s, they're sick all the time. You know, I mean, because they ate their vegetables. They did what they were supposed to do. And they're suffering, you know, and we're the ones carrying it. You know, if you're 45, 50, 60 years old, you're carrying the country because the rest of them are still sick. I don't know. That just sounds good. I don't know. Uh-oh. What do you guys think?
Not too bad, not too good. Somewhere in the middle. That's not bad either. I'm just glad we got the 150 likes. Can't beat that. Heck yeah. We got Matthew. What's going on, Matthew? We got Emily's Creations. Hey, Natalie. What do you know? What a huge mess. I got you. More gas, more gas. You got it right, Woodchucker. Heck yeah, guys, be sure to check. If you have not checked Woodchucker Chainsaw Carver out, check him out. Caleb is a hoot, and he makes some cool stuff. All right, let's keep this baby fueled up. I'm gonna have to make more fuel before Thursday's live. I don't even think I got enough for today though. I'm not gonna have enough if I keep spilling it. Alright, yeah, I'm just spilling fuel like crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna get Greenpeace and ASPCA over here, they're gonna beat me up. Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you what, these saws come with a funnel. Nice little funnel. Maybe I ought to start using it. Hold it up, you know, and use it because I spill the stuff. Especially when the fuel's getting low in the can. It's particularly easy to overdo it. But I don't know. I'm just kind of dumb when it comes to that kind of stuff. I'm not dumb. I'm just dumb. Okay. The same thing as dumb but dumber. Alright. You guys didn't know, did you? Alright, let me get this mask back on. And I can't wait to burn this thing. It's gonna look cool. Maybe we'll put a hole in the moon somewhere. We'll see.
think that looks great. Heck yeah.
That'll be the second time I've done like a flat wolf carving with the moon. But this one's just so much more ornate, you know. And I mean, I seen an idea, and I thought, man, I'm gonna make that my own. I'm gonna do my own version of it. What's up, Tina? Heck yeah, carve a crazy train, yeah. Running off the rails on a crazy train. Ha ha ha! All aboard! Okay, where's my thing at here? I. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Yeah. Dun dun. Dun dun. Dun dun. Dun dun. Yeah. Oh, I have a little fun, you know what I mean? What the heck? Don't take yourself too seriously. You end up in a box too soon. Okay, here we go. Look, it's a dark moon, okay? No. Save that dark coffee for something. I got quite the fire going here. You guys see all this fire? Look at all that. Heck yeah. All right, let's see if I can stomp it out in my flip-flops without burning my feet. No promises. No promises. Ooh, that's a lot there. Hey, the bucket's even on fire. You guys see that? You know what I can do. So anyway, I got this new leaf blower, Teslong leaf blower. It's pretty cool, leaf blower. And what it's made for is, you know, leaves, blow leaves around. And also, you can put fires out with it. Or you can make them bigger. One, two. Let's see what happens. All right. Okay. It seems like, hey, I popped the end off of it. What the heck? Yeah, but it slides on. It's made like that. See, it's this lined up to there. And you lock that in right there. Or you slide it back through there. Okay, anyway, we put the fire out. I mean, I'm not going to get a fireman badge for doing that, but, you know, we put the fire out. That's the important part, right? At least I think so. All right, let's pull up on this baby and see if we can't sand it. Okay, we've been on 2 hours already. Hey, what's up, old pal? All right, let's see. Where is the end of the cord is plugged into the finger sander. Everything looks good on that. It's going to be painted. I mean, 100% it's going to be painted. And it just needs to be sanded nice. And that's it. Smooth out a little bit of edges. You know, won't take 5 minutes, and then we'll make something else. We might as well. We were planning. I was hoping to shooting for. I told the boss lady after I went 4 hours the other day, and I made 8 pieces. This is going to be a lot more complicated live stream, but I'm going to try to go for 3 hours, and that is the plan. Okay, all right, let's sand this off. Okay, yeah, I like that fan off.
That's good. There we go. Yeah, that's good enough for my house. Heck yeah.
All right. Let's take that thing off. Hey, how much time we got? We got about 45 minutes. Hey, what's up, Knights? Hope the Templar keeps calm. Don't go around and poke people. I ain't begging people to do nothing, especially you. You can pound it, Templar. I don't really care. How about that? All right. Anyhow, let's take this thing off. And, yeah. Anybody finds anybody begging for anything, I'd like to know.
We'll send them some bread or something. Good try. Okay. Anyway, dude, I think that is sweet. That come out really nice. I'm gonna post this. Well, I'll post it on Facebook for sure. And hey, if you got a Facebook and you ain't following me yet, why not, man? What the heck? Trying to get a good Facebook going. Let's see, what are we gonna do here next? Let's do. Man, I want to do this Bigfoot gnome. It's a Bigfoot gnome. That makes any sense. Kind of silly looking gnome Bigfoot thing. What the heck? I think I can knock him out pretty quick. I think. And if not, we can come back next, come back Thursday and finish it. Okay. There we go. All right.
Let's see what we got. Line this up real good. And yeah, Bigfoot gnome. That's what we're shooting for. Heck yeah. Chucky, put him in the 300 second review and come back and get the ditty. You know what I'm saying? All right. Okay. I think I ran out of fuel. No, I didn't. I put fuel in it. Okay, yeah. Man, that thing is oiling like crazy. That's why this stuff's burning so good. Because the sauce is spitting all over. All right. Okay, good.
before I go putting the hair on, I gotta wedge something in there because it ain't really sticking, you know what I mean? Anyway, let's get it done. Hey, we're almost at 200 likes. Help us out. We got about a half hour to go. It'd be sure nice to get to 200. Heck yeah. All right, let's see if I can't wedge something in here. Okay, try to keep that stable so I can hair this guy. Let's see. Maybe not. We're just gonna try it because we're hairing him anyway. But he's a Bigfoot gnome, if that makes any sense. Okay. Hey, call him an Ewok. I don't care. Look at him. See if I can get him out of there. A big old black bug. Look at this. He's hiding. Come on, buddy. You want to come out of there because you're going to die if you don't. Hello? Hey, I warned you. I think this guy is ready for some eyes. It's like a Bigfoot gnome.
If that makes any sense. I mean, that's kind of what I was going for anyway. But there's a big black bug in there. And if he come out, I'll try to save him, but it's time to torch. I don't know what to tell him. You see these big holes? So these big holes
these bugs bored into there, and they're living. I mean, they're like giant bugs. I don't know what they are, but they're great big bugs. And they're like 2 inches long. And I'm gonna tell him he's about to get fried. I ain't got time to wait. You guys listening? Huh? You hear him? Oh, he's burning to death. Okay. Sorry about that. Maybe we'll pull him out and eat him later. I don't know. See how I do. I can't win everybody. I can't win anybody. Put the eyes in before we sand him. That way we know what we're getting. Let's do it. That's a cute little thing. Didn't take no time either. That's the heck of it. I mean, that's really what's so cool about this stuff. And I'll just keep getting faster and faster too. And that's kind of nice. I got 3 more flat pieces I want to do. Obviously, I ain't gonna be able to do them tonight, but I'll give mine. Something like that. They're probably a little crooked. Yeah. What you do, they're still gonna be cute. No matter what. Somebody will buy it. That's the end of it. I'll put that fan on for blazes. Trying to get some airflow, suck the sand out. You want it? Yeah, that's fine.
tell you what, just for the heck of it, let's give him some things for the fill that. Yeah. It's all I think it's will hurt.
Take that piece off. See what kind of time we got left.
What we got here? 7:35. What's up, Eric? Eric's a member. Heck yeah. Woodchecker's a member. Heck yeah. Awesome. All right. Good deal. Hey, we're 5 short. Can we get 5 more likes to hit 200? That sure be awesome. That sure be awesome. But just 5 more. So I'm looking over here and I'm seeing what I got. I'm wondering what I can do in the same work style. But you guys seen how hard I was fighting to get that out. It was wanting to fight. You know, the piece was rocking around and stuff. I got this duck, and I really want to do this duck. But I need to do that with a different rig. You know, I don't think it'd take very long to do it. So I have a couple of these cute little Fat Gnomes. I can knock these out. And hopefully I can get them to be a little, maybe a little more stable. I don't know. Let's push down while I'm screwing in. Try that. I kind of doubt it. But anyway, we'll cut it out anyway. I wouldn't think that'd take too long, would you? I don't know. And then maybe we'll get the 200 likes for after. Man, we got 3 just like that. Heck yeah, you guys are all right. I don't care what they say about you. All right, so let's do it. Put the mask on. I'm gonna turn the fan on too. Just kind of get the wind blowing on.
All right. I'm just getting gas everywhere. I think by the time I burn that, it's gonna look pretty good. And it'll be another painted piece, you know. I mean, the beard and everything will be white.
You know, hat, who knows? Coat, who knows? I'm not gonna do anything special with the toes. Maybe just paint them or leave them sanded off, one or two. I ain't really sure. Well, let's burn it and see what we got. Man, we got up to 207 likes. Heck yeah, that's almost as good as the other day. We had 240 on Sunday in 4 hours, so we'll take it. Appreciate you guys watching and being here. Chilling out with us. Not calling us too many names or making too many fat jokes about it. You know? I don't care about that. You don't call me late for nothing. If you do call me late for dinner, I'll make one fast for dinner. Let's sand that. See what we get. Turn the torch off. And I'll post this picture of these 3 pieces, or these 4 pieces, on Facebook for sure. And if you haven't, went over and liked our Facebook channel or page, be sure to do it. Help us out over there. I think I got 111 followers so far, and at some point in time, I did one live stream. It was kind of a test. At some point in time, we'll start live streaming on there too. Honestly, I'm trying to figure out how many gigabytes I would need of internet update to be able to live stream on both simultaneously. I think that'd be cool. That's good enough. I can't wait to do that duck. But I mean, obviously, I'm not going to get to it tonight. I got 3 more pizzas there that are growing out. One of them's a tree, and another one, goofy gnome, and that duck. I can't wait to do that duck. I'm really looking forward to doing the duck. Hopefully, you guys were able to see me. I was on there because let's see, we got Olohan, Mahalo, hello, man. Hey, I appreciate that. What's up, Last Breath Woodworks? Josh, how you doing? Hi, Great Gray Wolf. Glad to see you. All right, Michael L. Superfan. Hello, hello. Heck yeah. All right. Man, let's see. It's pretty. So I got this duck right there. I want to do that. I still got this gnome thing, and I got a tree. I don't really care too much about trees. And honestly, I may sand it off and make something else. I don't know. But yeah, it kind of is what it is. So here's what we got done today. Let me get this last piece and carry it over there too. That's some cool stuff. Not too bad. Not too good. Not too bad, you know. I don't think the boss lady will throw me out of bed over any of it, do you? I don't know. She can be mean then. I know one thing, I'm gonna shorten chains. Cause I hit the screw, I hit the, with that new chain, I ended up hitting one of them screws. So it is what it is. And you could tell the difference, at least I thought you could tell the difference once it was done, you know? Let's see, there we go. That's what we got done today. What time is it? So we're a few minutes short of 3 hours. That's pretty good, yeah. Not too bad. Heck yeah. Let's checking out some of the stuff here. Want you to do a dragon. Yeah, eventually. I could do a dragon, yeah. Yeah, I'm not against that. Let's see. We got Nilton. Hey, Nilton. Appreciate it. Yeah, we try to arrange them. I'm going to arrange them nice for a, that's going to end up being a Facebook picture. Thanks, Michael. I appreciate that. Heck yeah. Man. Heck yeah. Elvis the Poon Hound. Yeah, I'm good. About noon. I should be. I'm leaving early to get down here and do that stuff I was going to do. So yeah, Chris, we are good to go. Heck yeah, cupcake challenge. Be sure and do the cup. I need to do a cupcake. You know what? Now look, Bill, you guys might have to remind me, but I think I'm going to do a cupcake for the cupcake challenge on Thursday for our Thursday live. What do you guys think? Let's see. Yeah, cute couple. Yeah, that's Sylvester and that's Ethel. And this is Barton. And you can't tell here and there. It's kind of like he's got breasts or heavy chest muscles. I'm not sure. I don't know if Barton's a boy or girl. Don't judge him. And then, of course, you can't tell about the dog either. You know what I mean? Heck yeah. Hey, Dan, I appreciate that $5, man. That was really, really cool. You guys are awesome. That's crazy. But, yeah, cupcake. Do the cupcake. Wouldn't be a bad idea. If we did that. Let's do some rounds and we'll make a cupcake in that. And hey, we got the 209 likes for the day. Not too bad. Hey, appreciate that, Miss Francis. And like I said, I'm gonna take a picture of that and post it on Facebook here in a little bit too. Will at least be the plan. Oh, Donna, you're the great wolf. Heck yeah. Well, that means you get to give me 2 likes. Heck yeah. I like that. All right. Heck yeah, Michael been definitely, he's one of the oldest members of Bear and the Boss Lady. That's pretty awesome. I like that. 21 months, almost 2 years. October, I think October is when we were able to start that. Something that. I hear that, Josh, and hey, I'm not taking credit for that. I seen a carving like that, and I thought, man, I'm going to try a version of that and see if I can do it and how it comes out. So heck yeah. 2 months with the great wolf. Heck yeah, Donna, awesome. Hi, Michael Scott, how you doing? But anyway, I just seen where, so I can't even remember who it was. It might have been Donna Sirioni, I think's her name or something. I don't know. I like T&D carvings out of PA. Bill Schott, I like Bill Schott. You guys check Bill Schott out. He's on there. He's in, hey, Chucker, thank you, man, that's cool. He's in PA as well. And of course, all little bitty girl, Jenna, she's in PA. Heck yeah. Hey, Tina, thank you. Have you guys seen the stuff that Tina does with the router? Really, really cool stuff. Heck yeah. Really, really cool. Hey, but be sure to check out Woodchucker Chainsaw Carver too. He'd probably be on tomorrow. And I know tomorrow later, like 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Shop's Wood Shop will probably be on. Gonna go broke, Woodchucker, that's for sure. Guys, I got 2 more minutes and I can call it 3 hours. That's what I'm shooting for. Does that make any sense? Do you know why I would do that? I don't know either. Yeah. Do a dragon. Emily, do a dragon. Yeah. There you go. Okay, I could do one too. I wouldn't eventually. I could do one. But anyway, it's looking pretty. Just about ready for Haley's wedding out here. I'll have to cut grass tomorrow. I don't know. Either that or it's gonna end up being Thursday. And I've missed 3 of DeLand's shows in a row. So, but anyway, the sunflowers out there, they're looking pretty jolty. They came up too early. Yeah, I planted them. I counted out the days, and I thought they're gonna come up with a week before the wedding, and they came early. Hey, I appreciate that, Uncle Vinny. Heck yeah. Hey, Bill, I appreciate that, man. It was pretty cool, you know. Pouring rain at your place, Eric. I heard that. But anyway, they came up a month early, you know, and she's getting married the 22nd. Now, all along through here there's a bird box just on the other side of that deck there. Over there along the edge of the corn, we planted all kinds of wildflowers, and I don't know if they're going to come up or not, but we're sure hoping to right about the wedding time. That's what we're hoping. But anyway, those came up anyway, and I got another batch out there. Hey, you remember that, Michael? I still have not done anything with that bear. He's sitting on the bare ground. He's probably got termites in him by now. I need to get him picked up. But right there at that birdhouse, there's another patch of sunflowers, and they're going to start coming up. Yeah, I figured that. Boss ladies, when are you going to do something with that? That's ugly just sitting out there. She didn't want sitting out there for the wedding. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all being here. And we did exactly what we wanted to do. 3 hours. I appreciate you guys. 209 likes. That's pretty good. We had 240 or 41 Sunday, and we were on 4 hours. I mean, that was long. So a 3 hour live is a long time. So anyway, let's see. Planted wildflowers. Yeah, that's what I'm shooting for. But they won't do better out here, Josh, because that's out there in the field, and they, you know, he puts a pretty aggressive herbicide down, and so you got to wait till later in the season to plant it, you know, to even get it to come up. Anyway, that's what I got. I will catch you guys Thursday at 5-ish. You know, we'll lead up to the land there. That's all I got for tonight. Y'all have a good time. Come back when you can stay later, you schmucks.